guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a version of curry pork and potatoes. So come join me today and we will travel to India today, and let me show you the ingredients for my recipe right over here. Okay guys, I'm back and here are the ingredients. I'm using today country style boneless ribs, chopped and cubed up, like maybe 4 or 5 of them, medium size. Let me move this so you can see, I have 2 tablespoons of cilantro, a teaspoon of ginger, ground ginger, 4 cloves of garlic, or 2 large ones or 4 small ones. I have a medium diced onion. I have a can of white coconut milk. And today we have our curry powder and we have our hot curry powder, which I labeled my containers. My husband picked this up for me at an Indian store, the actual curry powder. Any Indian store will have it, or you can purchase curry powder at your local supermarket, but I prefer it from an Indian store. And we're going to make semi-hot curry pork and potatoes today, which means we're going to use half hot curry powder and half regular, so it's not too hot. I have 4 diced potatoes. As you can see, the dice on my potatoes is pretty big. They're not small, so it can hold its shape in the pan. And we're going to put these close to towards the end. And you can also see some more chopped cilantro on my cutting board, and that's going to be for garnish when we are done. So I'm heading over to the stove and we're going to get our curry going. I'm transferring my spices over and I will see you there. Okay guys, I'm back and we're at the stove. I have a tablespoon and a half of vegetable oil, and we're going to throw our onions in, and we are going to start sauteing our onions. Woo, hear that sizzle. Eesh. We are going to put our pinch of salt to sweat our onions. Can't sweat the onions without salt. They won't sweat without salt the way they should. So I'm going to put that. Now we are going to add to our ingredient something. Once our onions start to cook, they'll start to get translucent. Now I'm going to add the curry powders. I'm going to add a tablespoon of regular. Let's grab this and let's get a tablespoon of our regular curry powder. We got 1 tablespoon. And you guys, it starts smelling so fragrant in here. Oh my goodness. These Indian spices are like, it's like a festival in your mouth when you eat this. It's incredible. And we're also going to use a tablespoon of the hot. Some people add extra chilies with the curry powder. Not extra chilies, because some people make their homemade curry powder, which consists of several different spices like coriander, cumin, etc., etc., and then they add it. So I'm going to start stirring it. And of course, there's no extractor in my videos, so that means that my husband's off today, so he's going to start freaking out soon. So I can smell it already. Oh my goodness gracious. So we're going to add that. Now we are going to add a teaspoon of ginger. Oh, there we go. Teaspoon of ginger. And I usually, people when they make curry, they usually garnish with cilantro. I always add 2 tablespoons in my curry mix. Oh my god, it smells good. So we're going to do that. Well, we're not going to add the cilantro yet. The first thing we're going to add is a tablespoon. Actually, I'm going to add, no, I'm actually going to add a tablespoon of AP flour. And this is going to thicken our curry sauce. Flour always acts as a thickening agent. In curry, a lot of recipes, they'll make a slurry with corn flour, what you call a slurry, to thicken it. I just use AP flour. And the AP flour, will start thickening it, because now we are going to add our garlic. Now garlic is always towards the end, because remember, garlic will burn easily in your stove. You guys already know that, because I've in my previous videos. Now, I added the garlic. Oh my god, it smells so good in here, you guys. Now we are going to add, let's see, we are going to add a 13-ounce can of unsweetened coconut milk. I'm going to pour that right in. Oh my God. So delicious, you guys. So once we add our coconut milk, then we'll just go ahead and toss our cilantro in there. Okay, there's just so many spices in here. It just smells so good already, and I just put it in. And we are going to add some black pepper, a teaspoon of black pepper. I like to add black pepper. Now what we're going to do is this curry sauce that you see right here, as you can see, it's starting to get so beautiful. I'm going to add to this, I'm going to add probably 3 tablespoons of water. Let me grab some water. Alright, so we've got about 3 tablespoons of water right here. So that way we can make, our sauce is going to be thick, so I'm adding some water so we can have more sauce. Oh my God, this smells good. My husband won't say it, but I know my husband's freaking out right now. You smell this and it's so delicious, you guys. You hear him? I just heard him say it smells so good, baby. You hear him? He'll be in here soon when he starts smelling this pork. Believe me. He's going to be my taste tester today, so you get to meet my hubby today on my channel. All right. So now we're going to drop the heat down to 2 below medium. 2 below medium. So it's kind of like a high-low kind of, but a little bit higher. So we're going to do that. And we are going to simmer this. Actually, let's do a high-low, which is 2 after low. So what I'm going to do is, by the way, I've got my jasmine rice, which is going to go with our curry pork and potatoes today. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to keep this here. I am going to cover this. Cover it for about 15 minutes. This is before we add any protein, any potatoes. And keep in mind, like I say in all my videos, you guys, if you are not a meat lover or a meat eater, there's a lot of things you can substitute for this. Tofu or what you normally would do to make this a vegetarian dish. You can put mushrooms in it, portobellas. Portobellas are very meaty, and portobello mushrooms are, hold up well. I mean, better than button mushrooms is what I mean. And they're a lot meatier, so I prefer portobello mushroom, whether they're... I wouldn't use baby portobellos for this. I would use the whole portobello, which is the big steak meaty ones, which you can probably either dice them in half or cut them in 4, or you can use tofu if you like. This family we're meat eaters, so today is going to be, our curry today is going to be pork and potatoes, followed by some yummy jasmine rice. And when I come back, we are going to put our protein in the pot, and you don't want to miss this. Whew, it smells good in here. I'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. Look how thick this sauce is. Oh my God, it smells so good in here. Now we're gonna grab our pork chunks. I never like to pour anything in from a container that I've defrosted, because you always have a little bit of water at the bottom. I washed it well, so I always grab my tongs to make sure I don't get extra water in my dish. That's a very good tip. So we're gonna put our pork chunks in. We're probably going to give our pork chunks, say about 10 minutes before we put we're going to let them cook for about 10 minutes, then we'll put our potatoes in. Because potatoes are tricky. If you put potatoes in too soon, especially russet, they'll become mush, and you don't want that. You want them to hold their shape. That's why I cut them so big, so they would hold their shape. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we're going to stir our curry. Now, keep in mind now, we are going to bring our heat back up to 2 above medium, so kind of like a high-low, medium-high. So we're going to do that, and we are going to grab. We still have once I come back, I will taste it before I put my potatoes in to make sure nothing's missing, and then we will put our potatoes in. Then I'll check it once the pork is cooked, because you never want to taste anything with raw meat in it. I totally forgot about that. Sorry. And when that comes back, it's going to come to a boil. And the more heat you give anything you put flour in or slurry in, the more heat you give it, the thicker it will become. So what I did was when I came back, I uncovered it and I put the 3 tablespoons of water, and I went ahead and put 3 more because it was very thick. Because you want to have a saucy, not too saucy, not soupy, but you want to have a saucy curry, so that way your white jasmine rice can enjoy it too. So stay with me and I will be back in approximately 10 minutes. Once this pork is cooked, I'll taste the sauce to make sure that there are no spices missing, and we will add our potatoes, and soon after that I will taste, plate, and not be surprised if somebody shows up in my kitchen, whether it's my son or my husband, because the smell is so fragrant right now that it's just like unbelievable. So you will always know that when you're cooking with Indian spices and you're cooking an Indian dish, which curry is, it's just so fragrant that it just instantly makes you hungry. So don't go away. I'll be back and we will add our potatoes, and soon enough we will taste. Stay with me. Okay guys, I'm back. 15 minutes have passed and our pork is cooked. Now, the secret to curry is once we add our potatoes after the pork, we are going to lower the heat to like a high, low, medium. And we're going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes to really incorporate that curry flavor in your meat and potatoes. In the meantime, let me grab a spoon and taste the sauce. That's the great thing about being a chef. You get to taste everything. And of course, I won't serve anything unless I taste it. Yes, I know, I'm that proud. See if our curry sauce is good, if it's missing any spices. Needs a little bit of salt, you guys. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. And we are going to try it again now. Let's see. I'm coming. Perfecto. So as you can see, I added an additional teaspoon of salt. It happens. Keep in mind, oh, the sauce is so good. When you swallow the sauce, then the heat comes up from the hot curry. It's just, oh my God. Let me grab the potatoes real quick. I'm going to grab the potatoes and toss them in. Be careful when you're tossing them in. You don't want to get burned. You're probably wondering why I always cook my potatoes the majority of the times with the skin on. Well, there's a reason for that. The vitamins and minerals of the potato that they have, the healthy part of the potato is the skin. So what you can do is take a little brush like I do and make sure you brush them really well, and then you cut them into quarters. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this on medium high for about 5 minutes to let it come to heat. Always remember that when you cover your pan, your liquids will stay intact. When you uncover your pan, then your sauce will evaporate and your food can burn, which means it's saucy now. If I take my lid off and leave it on medium high, it'll dry everything out. So we're going to leave it covered on medium high till it comes to a boil for about 5 minutes. And guys, keep in mind, this is curry, and some people are intimidated and think like, curry, oh my God. Am I going to be in the kitchen all day cooking this? No, you guys. I'm making it simple for you guys, and as you can see, and it's a delicious dinner for your family, and it's so rich and hearty that I rarely have side dishes for my meals, because this is enough. With the potatoes, the curry, it's hearty enough. You don't need anything on the side. You already have your vegetables, your protein, and you have your rice, which in this case, you can use, I always say it, you can use brown rice, you can use white rice. I'm a Jasmine girl, so hey, you know, that's what I prefer. I love jasmine rice. It's fragrant and it's so delicious. So as we can see, this baby's coming to a boil. It's coming to a boil, so we're going to let it boil for 5 minutes. And we're going to stir it, and keep in mind, be careful. when we're simmering this, we have to check it every so often because russet potatoes become mushy. But it comes so big that they will hold their shape. So stay with me, and you don't want to miss this, you guys. When we come back, we are going to taste this baby. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I'm back, and our pork and potato curries is ready. I garnished it with some with some fresh cilantro, which, remember how I mentioned in my previous videos, any hearty dish requires some fresh herbs at the end, and like with my 3-bean chili, it will make it taste, oh my goodness, the freshness of the fresh herbs is wonderful. How it just lights it up. Now, I got myself a little bit of rice, and I'm going to pour myself a sample of chili.
Woo! What's that smell, honey? Smells so good, baby.
My husband. You guys, this is my husband,
Hey,
John.
everybody. Woo! You know, I can't wait to taste it.
You already know these boys show up in the kitchen. There's no extractor.
I do.
So do me a favor, honey. Can you grab 2 forks, please, out of there? So I guess we are both going to try it. So I put a little piece of potato, 2 small pieces of pork, and of course we need some curry sauce, you guys. So let's put a little bit of curry sauce, honey, in this. Honey,
Looks good.
It's hot, honey. Be careful you don't get burned. You just get so excited then.
It smells good, but I can't wait to get at it.
Okay, guys, we're going to go at it right now. We're going to try some, so I'm going to let you hold it. It's hot, you guys.
Ladies first,
Okay.
always.
So I'm going to grab my piece of... This pork, you guys, is so juicy. All right, so I'm going to get my little piece of pork. So easy to cut. I'm going to get a tiny piece of potato and a little bit of rice.
My mouth's watering right now.
All right, honey, we'll do it together. You ready? Grab your piece right there. And you got a piece of potato. Make sure you grab some, a little bit of rice. Uh-oh, you guys.
You know what? I'm just going to get a piece of meat right now.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, move over so people can see me. Here we go. It's hot. Ready? Go.
Damn.
Don't say that on video.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh my God. Oh God. You taste the curry.
Tasty.
You taste the curry. The vinegar, the pork is so soft. The potatoes, as you guys can see, they're russet, so they're tricky. They can become mushy. They're whole. Wait a minute, you guys. Sorry. You know I'm the one that tries it twice all the time. Oh my God, I just can't. Honey, this is so delicious.
It is. Did a good job, man.
Thank you, honey.
Always.
Thank you, honey. Oop. Okay, here we go again.
Get some of this rice.
I'll pour it down.
Get some of this rice, y'all.
Oh no?
Oh, juicy. Juicy, and I love it.
He's very tall, so now you met my better half, John. He's the one freaking out when I'm cooking all the time.
Yes, I am.
So remember, guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you subscribed already, thank you. And if you haven't, please subscribe. And don't forget the notification bell. And we have traveled to India today. India on a plate. So it's my version of curry, pork, and potatoes. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, au revoir, los quiero, adios. Love you guys. And we will see you guys for next time for some more stovetop yum yum. You don't want to miss it.
Like,
Right?
okay.